She shuts up. I had this phase too when I was a kid. Yeah, you'll grow out of it, don't worry. You should really start staying home more. You should try getting back into your shell. Try to close your mouth more, you know? Oh, you're talking again. Are you okay? You should really try spending more time alone. Have you ever thought of being like less visible? Do you silence?
Okay, we've all been there. A certain type of person asking progressively more inappropriate personal questions one after another. Questions such as where you work, where you live, what you've been up to, how was your weekend, do you believe in XYZ? If you want to know how to deal with this in a more professional manner, this is the video for you. Welcome to my channel, I'm Joseph. I'm out here somewhere in the Bermuda Triangle, documenting my journey on entrepreneurship from a state of being poor AF. Currently, my goal is to create a product and make $0 a month. Not really. If that's something you're interested in watching, subscribe to be notified for more. By the way, I'm just gonna read the script off my screen. The information wasn't boring, so yeah, this is just gonna be like your typical like happy, fun, brain rot content. Anyways, so there are a few things I want to address. If you want to skip these questions, see the timestamp. If you want to skip to the questions, see the timestamp below in the description. The purpose of these responses are for 1. Maintaining status of the relationship between you and the other party. 2. Not revealing private information for various intents and purposes. 3. Diverting attention away from you. 4. Satisfying whatever reason they're asking. Now, I'm not going to say what kind of person you should use these responses for. You should already know. However, what I can say is, when people ask these kind of questions, it's usually for the following reasons in order. Some people cannot deal with the silence / being near someone and not conversing with them. 2. One of the ways to get them to talk about themselves. This is a bit complicated to explain because it's both reciprocation and mutual exchange, except it isn't mutual because they're the one that incited it. They're simply just nosy. Some people just have a pathological need to obtain information on others pertaining to their business, personal life, and affairs. And lastly, number 4, going to put these 2 points in one. They genuinely want to know more about you, which is highly unlikely, or most likely, they're just trying to build rapport, meaning they don't genuinely want to know more about you, and they're just trying to find some type of connection as an attempt to get your favor or grace, which can later be exchanged. Moving on, here are the most common questions and my suggested response to maintain the relationship and divert attention away from you, which is easier than you think. This may be hard for some of you to fathom, but people don't know what you know. I read about 60 to 70 books per year for the past 10 years. I have to constantly remind myself that other people don't know what I know, which is quite evident the more you are near people. Alright. First question. Where do you work? What do you do? Alright. If you're in a situation so bad that you don't want to share your literal business, and you're probably in an ongoing situation with this individual, and you're forced to interact with them, this is how you respond to what do you do. Typically, some of you may perform the rookie, look at them in disgust face, but this leads to shame and offends them. By the way, shame is the negative emotion that triggers the person to react that they've done something wrong that is socially wrong. However, due to this being a social norm, society will reinforce that they're socially right. Nor should you respond with, why are you asking? Why would you want to know? Who are you? Is that your business? Why does this interest you? I'd rather not say, I don't share private information, because this will make you seem more defensive and possibly encourage them to be more aggressive with their approach. Here is what to say. Listen. Remote data entry for companies. Say you work as a remote data entry clerk for companies. You have private information that's sensitive and you cannot share it. You work with Excel. Pretty simple. So never really ask you much more than that. Alright. The intonation is really important. You must sound excited to share that, but sad that you cannot share more. That's very important. The intonation is very important. I'm gonna say it again. You need to share it. You need to sound excited to share it, but sad that you cannot share it. Do not ask them where they work. Watch and listen if they automatically start talking about where they work. This is too hard to explain, but just when they ask you where you work, don't ask them back. Just see like their response. It's gonna reveal a lot about them. I can't really explain it. You just have to feel it out. Alright, next. What have you been up to? Don't say, my personal life does not concern you. Instead say, I don't want to bore you with my life. You may tell me about your life if you wish. This is reframing. You need to reframe what you say to make them perceive it as them getting what they want and it being valuable. Yes, either way you maintain your personal information, but the latter maintains or even improves the stance between you and the interrogator. Next, how was your weekend? This one's easy. Just say, I spent time with my family and friends. Next, where you live. This is also easy. Simply reply, out east, out west, up north, in the south. Next, how much you make. Respond with, not enough. Same as the above. You must make yourself sound less than what you are. So, I can't really describe it, but you've heard someone say something before, like where they said, how much you make, and they said something like, not enough, in a certain way that makes them sound like, I'm not doing that great. Alright, next. Why do you always wear black? If you watch my channel, chances are you wear black and you're probably on the darker side of life. Simply respond with, it's a fun color. How old are you? Respond with, I am in my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and so on. Who are your family? Here's a tricky one. I honestly don't know a better way to respond other than, thank you for asking, how is yours? Now that sounds weird, but there's really no better way. I feel like saying thank you for asking is like a way for them to like kind of intellectually understand that you should not be asking me this. So I feel like that's a really good way to neutralize, divert, and then prompt them. Alright. By the way, while somewhat on this topic, co-workers are not your family and they're not your friends. I feel like this does not need an explanation. Alright, next. Do you know person XYZ? This is super simple. No, I don't. That's how you respond to that. When the person asks you, do you know X, Y, and Z? You respond with, no, I don't. Say it with a pleasant, happy intonation, by the way. Not like I'm speaking right now. I'm just reading off my script. Let's listen to the words. Alright, last. What religion are you? Are you XYZ? Do you believe in XYZ? Alright, from the book, The 48 Laws of Power, Law number 38. Think as you like, but behave as others. Usually when people ask this, it's because they use the combination of one's belief along with a schema, such as a religious reference book as an example, to triangulate their will, the manipulator, onto you, to control you. The schema says believers, followers, or whatever the terminology is used in the cult, religion. Those followers should believe in XYZ. Therefore, if you believe in XYZ, you should perform action ABC. I'm gonna be real with you, sometimes I just straight up say, I don't talk about XYZ, sorry. I say exactly like that. Okay, next. In my community, we call this scripting. Writing phrases to respond with and rehearsing them. I'll be honest with you, occasionally someone will hit a nerve and you're going to react. Instead of respond, just know it happens. The universe understands it is what it is. By the way, the reason why I'm reading from my script instead of like practicing it and taking multiple takes is because I have other stuff to do. This channel is not like the profit off of. So the information is what's necessary to come across to you. Get across to you. Alright. Now, here's something you don't want to fall into. I call it a pipeline. Here's an example of the most typical one. Who is your girlfriend? When you get married? When are you getting kids? When are you getting more kids? Which school are they going to? Which university they're going to? Where do they work? Are they married? Do they have kids? And yes, this is where the phrase pissing contest comes from. This sort of situation. I know this world seems cruel, but from my experience, genuinely, the vast majority of people have no idea what they're doing when they do these things. Seriously, you really need to empower yourself if you're watching this video. It's not wellness to be in a situation where you're forced to be with someone. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. Leave a comment below if you would like to discuss anything or what could have been improved. Besides, not reading off the script. Anyways, bye.